conspicuous absence of President Cyril Ramaphosa and several senior ANC leaders at the burial site of the late former Deputy President David Mabuza has ignited a storm of controversy and renewed speculation about lingering tensions within the ruling party. Mabuza, who passed away last week at the age of 64 after a short illness, was laid to rest on Saturday at his family burial site in Barberton. While the funeral service was attended by the ANC's top brass, including National Chairperson Gwede Mantashe and current Deputy President Paul Mashatile, many were left questioning why Ramaphosa and other key figures were absent during the final moments of the burial. The family confirmed that the invitations had been extended to Ramaphosa, members of the ANC's National Executive Committee and the Provincial Executive Committee to attend the burial. However, according to family spokesperson Desmond Mole, those officials had other engagements, prompting Ramaphosa to delegate Mashatile to represent him and hand over the national flag to Mabuza's widow, Nhlanhla. Dr. Ntsikelelo Breakfast said it is very strange for the president to leave before the coffin is lowered into the grave. It is unusual, suggesting that Ramaphosa's early departure may point to unresolved tensions between the two leaders. The relationship between Ramaphosa and Mabuza has long been a subject of scrutiny. Mabuza, once a key figure in securing Ramaphosa's victory at the ANC's 2017 National Conference, gradually appeared to lose influence in government circles despite holding the position of deputy president. Mabuza was increasingly sidelined, fueling speculation of a rift. While some view the no-show as a subtle political message, ANC spokesperson Mahlengi Bhengu-Motsiri dismissed such allegations, insisting the family had explicitly requested a private burial and said to suggest otherwise is disingenuous. Until his last breath, the deputy president remained loyal and committed to the ANC. ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula echoed this sentiment, stating there was no indication from the family that they were unhappy with how events unfolded. However, when pressed for clarity, ANC Mpumalanga spokesperson Sasekani Manzini deflected, advising that further questions be directed to the party's national leadership. Despite the lingering questions, Ramaphosa paid tribute to Mabuza during the funeral service, describing him as a reliable and dignified leader who preferred to work behind the scenes rather than seek the spotlight. But Breakfast challenged this portrayal, calling it a departure from the truth, and said why would Mabuza leave office before the end of his term if everything was humanist as suggested? He was not supported by Ramaphosa's faction and was never given the opportunity to shine. Their relationship was not a warm one. Professor Sipho Sipe, however, offered a more cautious interpretation, suggesting that the absence of senior ANC officials at the burial was consistent with the family's desire for a more intimate farewell. Mabuza's political career was marked by intrigue and influence. His strategic role ahead of the ANC's 2017 conference, where he persuaded Mpumalanga delegations to split their votes between Ramaphosa and Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma, was instrumental in Ramaphosa's rise to the party's presidency. In return, Mabuza became deputy president, a partnership that many believed would anchor ANC unity, but that alliance seemingly frayed over time. Mabuza's low profile in government, lack of prominent assignments, and eventual quiet exit from office in 2023 were read by many as signs of diminished role and internal marginalization. The optics of Ramaphosa's absence at the burial site, regardless of the official explanation, have left many South Africans wondering whether Mabuza's final send-off reflects a deeper rift within the ruling party. As the dust settles, the legacy of the cat, as Mabuza was often called, remains as complex as his political journey, defined by loyalty, influence, and the quiet conflicts that often simmer beneath the surface of power. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.